Well, welcome back to Inside Look, and what a chance for us now to get back to that grand final in Abu Dhabi. I'd expected it to be a bit more based on the rules, and we're used to seeing, of course, Chief Umpire Craig Mitchell, but it was a surprisingly peaceful final out there. But what a sailboat race it was. And we're going to get a chance now to look at the race in a bit more detail. I'm going to put my coaching hat on and try and dive in, and we've got the privilege of being able to get on board the boats and hear the sailors as they went through those what can only be described as seriously stressful moments. So let's dive in and take a look at the race here.
The Emirates winning moment goes the way to Emirates GBR. They are the Season 5 champions.
So coming back into the start on board Emirates GBR, Australia was that led things back. Slingsby did take control of the start line, and after a disappointing bit of racing, it was Slingsby that was the one who really executed the best start. It was interesting hearing early on teams talking about being a little late in their timing. Slingsby, you can see how he's already manoeuvring here a long way out from the start, and he had control. Who's happy with his timings? Emirates GBR late. It was a mistake by Fletcher, nearly a minute and a half before the start, put them on the back foot. Okay, on board the Kiwi there. They're happy with their position. We heard from Burling afterwards. This is where he wanted to start. They were happy at this point here coming into the start. Worried about the British, but Burling here already confident the British are late. So now it's acceleration. It's all about how well the teams can drive the boat, accelerate up 30 kilometres an hour is the magic number. And we see all teams a bit slow as the line turns white. But it was the Australians who got foiling first. I was surprised that all three teams were a little disappointing on the start, but of course it doesn't matter if you're the Bonds Flying Ruse. They were first on the foils. They managed to lead the fleet away and did a really nice job of getting themselves in control of this grand final. And it was a mistake by the British at the start. Season champions maybe, but they were out the back when the gun went. And it was time for thinking on board that Emirates GBR. Out the back, they will have had a plan, but I can assure you the plan wasn't to be third at Mark 1. And for the Bonds Flying Ruse, well, chance to stick their plan 1.
Yeah, I'm just having a think.
Again, on board the British, really, it's trying to open up some space. Gate 2 is going to be the big opportunity here. Do you turn left or right? And it's the Australians that have got to make that decision first. And the key thing here was the wind direction. The course had been laid, but it was all even if the wind direction was at 292 degrees. Well, we see as they head down this leg, the wind has rotated towards the left, 270, and we start to hear the information coming to the crews now to do a right turn at gate 2, so one more manoeuvre for all the teams, was going to be about 50 metres left.
Right gate, small favour. Head again on GBR there. Can I now touch? Yep.
So yeah, less distance if you turn right, but you've got to do an extra manoeuvre, and it's ball in Slingsby's court here. I think a big moment for the Aussies now. They have to split. Kiwis were bound to do that. You always want to lead out of a market if you can. And third placed Emirates GBR, well, he's on the back foot. But what they use, and I think the key strength of the British boat on this upwind leg, is they stayed fast. If you're out the back and you're out of control, what can you get control of? Foiling tack by Emirates Great Britain, crucial there. And I think that was the big difference. They sailed the boat faster on this upwind leg, sailed more distance to do that, but they kept themselves foiling. Right now, all three boats, we can see the Australians have already lost a lot by having to do a manoeuvre in less wind. Wind has shifted to favour New Zealand here. Can they execute? Touch and go, though, the call. They're not fast enough for a foiling tack. You see how the hull's in the water, losing speed.
Opportunity for a cross.
Just love how calm that is. Opportunity for a cross from wing trimmer Blair Toot there. And it's tight, isn't it? But they haven't got the right of way, but comfortably across. And I think right now, I thought really New Zealand looked pretty good. It's already starting to be talk of Emirates GBR back in. They foiling tacked on the wall there. Again, they kept the speed up around the 45 kilometres an hour mark.
Good pressure coming to it.
Right gate 100.
So far, the British have been out of control of everything on this race, other than keeping their own boat fast and keeping themselves on the foil and not giving up. If you're behind, don't hand the boats an opportunity to just sail away from you. Keep yourself in the race, and we can see Emirates GBR right back in it already here. It's interesting. A little bit of confusion on Emirates Great Britain at that point. We see Ian Jensen moving into the boat and then going back across. And we hear Hannah Mills saying, wind is as far left as we've seen, out of range left. Cards are all foiling. Can they stay foiling? Just. Speed never drops under the 30 kilometers now, Marcus. We watch New Zealand here, the black foils, top of screen. Touch and go again, and see how slow they are. 40 kilometers an hour on the top of the wing there. 45 was where Emirates GBR was driving to in each of these maneuvers. And this ultimately was the moment here. Just as the screen cut away there, we saw Emirates GBR already starting to set up their slow. Pause the screen here and we can see 44 kilometers an hour. The Aussies are thinking, can we do a kind of foiling maneuver? Can we keep the speed in? Well, the black foils have already made their mistake. They've already got a bit slow before the tack there, and the wind has rotated in favor of Emirates GBR towards the right-hand side of our screen. But you see they're sailing at 36.7 kilometers an hour here. Well, that's already Fletcher trying to create the space. Both these boats, Australia and New Zealand, are going to have the right of way when they meet. Fletcher knows that. He wants to split and take a right turn if that opportunity presents itself. Kiwis have got every chance to turn right if they want. Australia, well, it's hard for them. He's got to do 2 maneuvers very quickly, and the British will be quicker. So as we play things out again here, hear the frustration starting to come in on the black foils. I think we got a hold on. Wonder if he could have it again now. He's in the zone. You can hear the frustration in the Kiwi boat now. Potentially could manoeuvre.
Nice breeze for it.
And this moment here, unbelievable skills on board Emirates GBR to just stay above the 30 kilometers an hour, stay foiling, but ensure that when they dip behind the Bonds Flying Ruse, they've still got space. If they'd gone at the Bonds Flying Ruse too early, they wouldn't make this right turn. And that was it. I mean, absolutely phenomenal foil speed control the whole way up that leg by Emirates GBR. They stayed foiling in the tacks by being fast, and then when they needed to be slow, they kept it slow and managed to dip behind the Bonds Flying Ruse. And here we go. This is the moment of the race right now. They've opened up that gap and they are down the road. Another perfect foiling manoeuvre for the British. And it was interesting, just before that moment, we'd got a chance to hear from the British coach, and he started to sound pretty excited. Again, at this point in time, not making it to this gate in 1, but they desperately want to. Here you go. So sometimes the dice just rolls your way here. But what they've done is kept themselves in the race, kept themselves fast to give themselves the opportunity to overtake here. And now we should just go on board that British boat and hear them deliver it to the finish.
Leaving this nicely. It's softer, I think. Everything for this mark. Angle, no higher. Worth it for an eagle, even if it's hard. Gonna get there, reloading.
Got about 200 meters.
Yeah, copy, I got him, man.
Nice.
Confirming right turn to finish from here.
Part 1, right turn to finish.
Copy. Okay, working up here.
Pressure's a bit soft.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Nice. The hard work's done from here. Take it easy. Okay,
I love that line there. The hard work's done from here, take it easy. How you take it easy on one of these boats still foiling at 45 kilometers an hour, I don't know, with $2 million on the ride. Again, we've got to look at the speed on Emirates GBR. They keep the boat fast again before the manoeuvre. Sailing hard for foiling tacks. Definitely a different playbook for the British. Look at that right-hand side of the screen, stayed foiling, another perfect tack. And as much as we can look at the wind shifts and we can talk about everything else, the difference to me was that they are sailing a mode that kept them fast enough to stay foiling through the tacks better than the other two teams. It's a sailing skills thing that meant despite the mistake at the start, they gave themselves the opportunity to be fast, keep the race going, wait for those boats ahead of you to make a mistake.
Need a skull if we got it. Okay, middle, 3, 2, 1. Slow down. Let's go!
Oh, I never get sold hearing that.
Let's go! Bunch of legends. Come on!
Yeah, I mean, I just think what a race. And like I say, that they were out of control. They did make their mistakes. They had their little bit of luck, but what they did was control what they could control. And they were clinical in terms of their sailing of the boat round the course here. The New Zealand team again off the foils, Bonds Flying Rouge. They're coming fast into the top of picture there, but well, yeah, it's only about the win in this race.
Yeah!
Yeah, so we've just watched the full race, but I want us to get on board the boat and try and jump into a little bit more of the detail. We're going to come first, of course, leading after Mark 1, everything you could dream of, really, the Bonds Flying Rouge. We're going to hear from their, their spare sailor who's actually in the coach booth, Kinley Fowler. He's talking about what's happening out there on the racetrack as well. But it's, yeah, key moment here, the decision at gate 2 for the Bonds Flying Rouge.
At this angle, you will get one and in. 15 to 20 seconds.
So that's Kinley there talking, saying we can get one and in left. We can do one manoeuvre and take that left turn.
Maybe I'll go early.
Okay, perfect manoeuvre here. And it's going to jump us ahead a little bit after that manoeuvre as they come out, and all 3 boats are lined up. And I want to draw your attention to the true wind direction. Now, it was even when the true direction said 292. Well, it's 278, and that transpires to 50-metre gain to a right turn.
Windward heel. All right. A left turn, what does it say? It says right gate, small favour.
So one more manoeuvre would mean sailing less distance. I can't tell you how much Slingsby wish he could have this decision back. Not far to boundary either. No chance to really extend.
Turning up here, we just want to keep speed all the way. Pulling up. Adding rudders.
Again, going to pause then. Keep speed all the way. We talked about in the race, foiling speed being 45. They're down at 42. He doesn't keep it fast enough. They aren't able to foil tack here.
H1, kiss and go exit. Take you all up though. No wider.
Sounds calm on board, but if we watch them try and get back on the foil here, I think this is where we see even the best with that pressure. They try to pop.
Early, but all good. Breathe.
Bit early, but all good. That's Draper there. We just tried a little early and they struggled to get over the hump of 30 kilometres an hour. And well, that was their time in the sun on board the Bonds Flying Rouge. That bottom moment of the race of the course was where it all went wrong for them, unfortunately. Tricky decision. They had to make the right call, but unfortunately, they didn't manage to get it done. Black foils past them, and we've just seen going flying past Emirates GBR.
So to 70s, Simon in the M1.
Not going to go. Pressing. Another gust in 5. Big roll up here, Tommy. Big roll up, Tommy. Up.
So we saw the crucial moment of the race. I'm going to rejoin things right up at the top at gate 3. Could they have blocked the British manoeuvre to turn right at the top? Right of way with the Australians, but look how slow they are. To do another manoeuvre here.
Okay, GBR will have zone room.
So GBR left-hand side of screen are going to dip behind, but they're foiling. There's no chance Slingsby could have turned in front. And so that was it. Race done for them, unfortunately. But it was at gate 2 where I'm sure Slingsby would wish he could have it back and take that right turn if he did it all again. Well, we saw how difficult it was for the Bonds Flying Rouge leading into gate 2. They had to make that decision. The Kiwis, well, we'd heard them talking again about what the bias was on the gate. What was the shortest distance? We can see it's less distance to right turn. In the pre-start, Burling had mentioned he didn't mind that look of things. But I think here you want to be leading out of a gate mark if you're in second place. And that's what the Black Foils to do.
I see what I was doing, splitter. Yeah.
So there you go. Just going to choose to do the opposite.
50. GBR will be on lay.
Coach there, Sam Meach. 50 metres less to turn right.
2, 1. 2, 1. Block.
Or drop, split, and they're not going to follow the Aussies here. They're just rolling the dice to sail themselves away, but they're also rolling the dice to less distance, the favoured side of the course where the wind has shifted. So the cards have played out nicely for the Kiwis here. Now it's eyes on the British. What are they going to do?
Come on, please. Staying fast, real nice pressure. Ape tech straight away.
There you go, that's Blair. Quick look back. So there go the British. Right, now it's our own race. Let's just get locked in and get going fast.
And it's going big lift, Pete.
Nice pressure.
So wind's rotating to the left. But again, look at the speed up here. Boat speed. They're never quite getting fast enough to be able to do a great tack on here.
3, 2,
1.
Could they have gone wider to boundary as we look at the course? They could have maybe pushed
just get
wider at
Aussie
this
out of
point. Would
this
they rather have
intersection
that
in
moment back
15?
again? We'll never know. If they could have made the gate with no more manoeuvres, that of course would have made things easier for them.
Happy any time.
There we go.
So calm there from Blair Took. Opportunity for the cross. Look how close the Aussies are. But we know now the umpires didn't get involved.
Nice. No issues.
Going to pause things here, and we can see already on our map at the bottom of the screen there, we can see that the Kiwis can't make the gate with no more manoeuvres.
With the left shift.
Again, could they have gone wider? Could they have pushed the limit there? Well, we'll never know, won't we? That's the advantage of being the coach and in the hindsight booth. They're going to have to do a manoeuvre. The British have been coming back at them, but at this point, I think the Kiwis must have been feeling pretty good. Just going to jump us up the beat a little bit here to the next big decision for the Black Foils. Okay, we're going to come back on board the Black Foils here. We can see they're getting close. Decision time.
No, negative.
Boat speed.
I think there's nice breeze here.
Under
Just trying to get a
40.
little pace for the attack for me.
Yeah, Blair wants more speed, but it's just not there yet.
Just
Yeah,
squaring
so
up.
it's still got 70
Opportunity
to the
foil
right.
here. Yeah, it could be.
70 to the right. So that's the coach Sam Meach saying it's 70 metres left distance if we can turn right at the mark rather than going left. That would mean 2 more manoeuvres for the Black Foils.
Touch
But
and go,
70
miss. Try and
metres
go for
less is
wider
a
one,
big
Pete.
difference.
Okay, and 3, 2, 1.
Again, 41 kilometres an hour, top left of screen as they go into the manoeuvre here. They're not going to foil from that speed.
Go wider.
Wind direction's not bad. Wind shift wise, it's not disastrous. It's pretty average, but they're a little bit slow. The manoeuvre not quite good
Breeze on in
enough.
5. What do you do here? Are they laying?
GBR tight lay.
Okay, copy.
Again, coach there, Sam Meach. GBR a tight lay. So there is the opportunity for the Black Foils to turn right. Had the British made any mistakes on one of these tacks up here and the Kiwis been a little bit further in front, maybe just 20 or 30 metres ahead, they'd feel we could do one more manoeuvre, turn right at this mark and be sailing the favourite way. But the British are too close to risk that. And you can hear the frustration come into the Black Foils now.
Aussie will have space on them.
Nice breeze,
Okay.
bro.
That for me was all they wrote for the Black Foils. That crucial decision not to get fast enough for those foiling tacks really put it on them. Was it the wind? Did they not have quite enough wind? Well, again, we'll never know. But for the Black Foils, that was their moment in the sun, and that was their mistake that they didn't quite manage to execute. The British were coming in too fast, had the opportunity to split. Well, now, a great opportunity to go on board Emirates GBR. Of course, we now know they're the 2025 season champions. So let's see how they did it in a few more detail.
You're right.
Okay, Kiwis take that decision away here.
Going to be early tack out of this, huh? Away, huh?
That big lefty.
Right. Yeah.
So Hannah's saying the wind's rotated to the left. I'm happy with that decision to turn.
3, 2, 1.
Look at the speed, top left, 47 kilometres an hour when the board goes. This will be a foiler.
Keep the turn coming here. Keep the turn.
Straight back up to speed, already foiling and fast. Australia have the right of way.
Yep. All right.
Going to go behind them.
Aim at us.
That manoeuvre was almost free, and we can see the Aussies are already not foiling. That's already, we're back level with the Bonds Flying Ruse.
Coming out. Yep. Keep above forward tack
There you
speed
go.
here.
Keep above foil tack speed, staying at 48 kilometres an hour as we work upwind here. Clearly a strategy they've said beforehand. We're going to be fast in these light breeze.
Pretty square at top.
Forward down.
2, 1, lock.
Turning.
Another perfect manoeuvre. Yeah, nothing's been in their control at this point in the race. All that's been in their control is to be fast and try and find space.
Nice angle for the build.
But now they're out of phase with the fleet. Now they're right back in it.
All right. Kiwis will cross. Over the hump now. Yeah.
Over the hump. We're up over 38, 40 kilometres an hour. The boat's balanced out. The foils are evenly loaded. We can start
We're in
ripping.
this. Lefty coming here, Gibbs, pressing. Yep, nice.
Aussie's tack.
Yeah. Are they on lay?
No.
Crucial from Hannah there. That means Dylan knows he can go wider. He can get himself out of phase with them.
Range left here.
Yeah.
Massive out of range left. The wind's different to any of the teams have seen on the race course.
No, holding. Do you want me back? Yeah.
There we go. Even the best get it wrong sometimes.
Stand by, Gibbs. I'll be...
He's having to work for this one, Ian Jensen there. Can they foil?
Lock.
Marginal foiler. Give it a go.
Good pressure out.
Look at that right-hand side of screen. Parko absolutely nails that, flying the boat through. They stay over 30 kilometres an hour just. But again, fast in. 3 foiling tacks in a row. That's nearly all 3 big free moments on the racetrack.
Going to have issues with Aussies.
Okay, and again, we're a long way from this gate. And you see here, Fletcher, look at the speed. Again, he's controlling the speed. Look how much, watch across this section, how much Dylan steers the boat to try and control the speed. You can't go lower than 30 kilometres an hour. But he's trying to make a gap. He wants to be aiming at the middle of the gate, not the gate, because these 2 boats, Australia...
Getting a little speed now.
Space. Need a bit of space at the top here.
Copy.
He's trying to make space. Look at the speed, top left. Watch your eyes on that, how they manage this speed. Ian Jensen, Luke Parkinson,
right
Dylan,
turn.
look how much he's steering.
High here.
Oz tack.
Smooth on the turn down here.
32, 31, 30, half a kilometre an hour from dropping off the foils. Absolute perfection by the whole crew there on board to keep the boat going. They dip behind perfectly. If he'd dipped any earlier, he wouldn't have made that mark.
Turning down.
Now I love this. Listen to Rob Wilson's voice here.
Coming, keep it coming.
Coach is going to come in.
Half and 2.
Angle.
Okay, if we can get one and in.
All the way.
Can you hear the excitement in his voice there? Oh, if we can get one and in, if we can get one and in.
Okay.
Check. Chip
Stand
coming.
by.
6.
Go down.
2, 1. Lock.
Turn. Turning.
Look how close to the boundary there. They're still not giving up pushing.
Angle. Aim my wheel.
Wind here, 292, so it's pretty even
right.
at the moment. And they're not making it down the course as we look on the screen here. They're not making the gate, but they desperately want to.
Fast.
Happy to roll.
Down.
Nice.
Roll down.
Any big gains
Nice
there?
angle there, no lower.
Wind's changing a little bit. It's coming favourable. They want to see
Pressure's gonna be
280.
better all the way down.
Big
Big
right
right turn bias.
That's bottom.
Here we go, look, he's desperately trying to make the gate here, Dylan. Wind's coming in their favour, look.
Soft patch there,
Mother
pressure
Nature
five.
loves them.
Leaving this nicely. It's softer, I think.
Everything for this mark.
Angle,
Everything
no
for
higher.
this muscle. I don't care if I go a bit slower. I just desperately want to do a right turn.
Worth it for an eagle, even if it's hard.
Gonna
Yeah,
get
they'll
there,
be following.
reloading.
Got about 200 metres.
Yeah, copy. I got him, man.
Nice.
Might be a little.
I think it's amazing how
Right turn to
calm it
finish.
stays on board.
From here.
Part 1, right turn
Yeah.
finish.
Copy.
That's
There you
right.
go. Double check with the coach.
Okay.
Make sure you know the
Right,
racetrack
yeah.
you've got to sail around.
Pressure's a bit soft.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Nice. The hard work's done from here. Take it easy.
Hey, that's angle there.
Hard work's done from here. Let's take it easy. Well, that's easier said than done, of course. But what they do,
Yeah, we're just going to...
they keep that speed building. Here it comes. 44, 45. We're setting ourselves up for another foiling tack.
Stand
I
by here.
think for me, that's the difference maker. The accuracy through these tacks up here. The wind did what it did. They made solid decisions, but a lot of those decisions were out of their control. What wasn't out of their control was excellence in terms of how well they sailed the boat and how well they kept it foiling. And well,
Okay, my
they
rate.
got themselves in the race. They did such a good job, and let's get to enjoy it with them.
Keep an eye on that.
Good pressure coming.
Well, there you go. What a final it was. What a moment that was. You can just hear the joy, what it means. I mean, this is the pinnacle of sailboat racing right now, and it was a really brilliantly executed race after that poor start from the British team. Meant a huge amount. Thanks very much for joining us. Great to dive in and look at a little bit of the details that was happening out there on the race course. Can't wait to see you in 2026 when we get things running in Perth.